Welcome to Reach Out, the program that highlights the amazing work carried out by local nonprofits, the wonderful people who lead these organizations, and the committed volunteers who give of themselves but wind up receiving even more. I'm Bernadette Wagner, co-director of Volunteer Washington County, and my guest today is Becca Burford, Director of Development for Habitat for Humanity of Washington County. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit organization that seeks to provide safe, decent, and affordable housing for low-income families in need. Habitat works hand in hand with those willing to make their dream of ownership a reality. In today's show, Beck will tell us what the organization means when it says Habitat is a hand up, not a handout. She also tells us about some of the remarkable volunteers who work with Habitat, important upcoming events, and ways you can get involved, even if you don't want to swing a hammer. Thank you, Becca, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us just a little bit about what Habitat for Humanity does here in Washington County and how long you've been in business.
Our affiliate has been in operation since 1994, and since that time we have helped put 41 families, 52 adults and 87 children into homes of their own. These are people who probably otherwise would not have ever been able to afford home ownership. They would have been renting. Some of them were actually homeless when they came to us. But the way we do this is we partner with the community, with volunteers, and with the family themselves to help build houses, and we've just started rehabbing houses, which is a great boon to everybody. And they help work on those houses, their own houses and houses of others, and that's how we can do it. We then sell those houses at no-profit mortgages to them, and that money goes back into a revolving fund so we can build for more families.
And certainly housing is an important factor, but it goes beyond just that, because the research says that people who have stable, safe living conditions, their children thrive, do better in school, they tend to have better nutrition. Do you care to elaborate?
Yep, this is all true. Their health care is actually better, because usually when they go into these new houses, the health care improves because they are in safer, cleaner environments. The children are not transient, so their grades improve because they're not moving from school to school and jumping around. They maintain friendships, mentors, family friends. We all hear that it takes a community to raise a child, and this is true. And if we get them in stable communities, it just means everything for their future and for the future of our community.
It strengthens the community,
it does,
too, to have homeowners.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the people that volunteer at Habitat.
Oh,
I
my
know that
gosh.
it's a diverse group of people, seniors, young kids. Tell me a little bit about
Wonderful,
them.
wonderful people. They give of their time in so many different ways. We have people that help build houses. We have people that help raise funds. We have people that help us with the public relations, and the spectrum of ages is amazing. We have children as young as 10 who help raise funds, who can write articles for us and this sort of thing for our newsletters, and our director of finance, who's a volunteer, is well into his 70s. So, like I said, just a broad spectrum of ages, people from all walks of life.
So that kind of addresses my next question. I was going to say, what can people do if they're not talented with a hammer and nail?
Well, I'm one of those people.
Hammer and nails.
Yep, I'm one of those people who is not talented with a hammer and nail, and I don't like to get dirty, so so I go beyond the hammer. Special events, that is one of our biggest things that we need help with. We have a number of special events throughout the year, our annual dinner auction. We have a half marathon and 5K run.
And that's coming up?
In September 15th, as a matter of fact.
So if people are thinking about doing that, they should start training?
They should.
Okay,
they should.
All right, so September. All right, go ahead.
And those events they require, for instance, our dinner auction. It takes about 75 volunteers to pull that off,
wow.
Working pretty much year round. Now the night of is our big volunteer push. We need about 45 that night, but throughout the year, 15, 20 on our committee help us pull all that off.
That's terrific. I was interested to hear a little bit about your Women's Build project. Could you talk a little bit about that and maybe how somebody who would be interested in joining that could participate?
Yep. We are in the process of revitalizing our Women Build group. We had a huge group for a while, and I think we kind of burned them out, and it kind of went into a hiatus, but we are in the process. We get, I'd say, probably 3 and 4 phone calls a week from women that are interested in this program. This program is not about excluding men, it's about empowering women. We teach women skills that they never thought they could conquer, and they actually go out and build a house. That's not to say they do it all on their own. We do have men that help, thank goodness, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we can't do on our own. And typically with a house, we have contractors that come in for some of the electrical and plumbing and things like that. So we can't say that our houses are completely 100% volunteer built, but I'd push that to a good 95%.
That's terrific. Tell us a little bit about the Restore. I have recently been around and people say, oh, you need a bathroom counter, you should go to the Restore. I'm like, what is that?
And they are exactly right. I tell you what, our Restore is amazing. It's a discounted home improvement store. Everything that we sell in that store has come to us via donation. So 100% of what we do in that store is fundraising for Habitat. A lot of that goes to operations, which means that other fundraising that we do can go directly into our program costs, which is fantastic.
Right.
Restore is coming up now on their 4-year anniversary. You can get light fixtures like bulbs, hammers, nails, bathroom counters.
Where's it located?
100 Charles Street, which is right at the very end of Jonathan Street in the old Coca-Cola building.
So I guess I'm going to be hanging out there.
I tell you what, their motto is miss a day, miss a deal. So.
Oh, okay. That sounds terrific. Is there anything else you wanted to quickly add?
If you're looking for something to make you feel better about life and help others feel better about their lives, come out and volunteer with us. Help us build up some houses.
That's terrific. I'd like to thank Becca for joining us on today's show, and thank you, our viewing audience, for watching. Habitat considers housing along with food and clothing, education, medical care, and companionship a basic need. There is a strong correlation between nutrition, health, childhood education, and positive relationships and affordable housing. By meeting this need, Habitat for Humanity believes it is positively impacting many aspects of our community. George Bailey in the movie It's a Wonderful Life says to the crotchety old Mr. Potter, "You're right when you say my father was no businessman. Why, he never started this building alone, I'll never know. But he did help a few people out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Doesn't it make them better citizens? Doesn't it make them better customers? The people you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much for them to work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? My father didn't think so, and neither does Habitat for Humanity."